Okay guys, I just wanted to quickly show you some of the melts that I've picked out that I want to melt in the bedroom for the beginning of autumn, because today is the 2nd of March and it is our second day of autumn here in Australia. So not that it feels like it because it's freaking hot, but I've already busted out some of my melts. So I've got this super cute little basket. This is the Sistema basket. I love these. I have big ones, medium ones, and then this little one as well. These are fantastic. I use these a lot around the office and my bedroom for all of like my crafting, knitting, wax melts, you name it, I have it. I have the medium-sized basket currently in the office filled with all of my autumn wax melt, and then I have this little one that I fill up to bring into the bedroom with stuff that I want to melt in the bedroom. So let's duck into what I currently have. I have the last of this. This is a pumpkin swirl cheesecake from the Pumpkin Puzzle scents. I've actually had this for a number of years and it still smells super strong. I currently have this melting at the moment in the bedroom. I am using a Scentsy warmer and it's a mini warmer, so the mini warmers can really only fit one square in. So I would like to try and get this fully used up, but I've got that one. This smells amazing, by the way. If you love like that sort of pumpkin-y kind of bakery note, this is really good. The next one I have is the Yankee Candle Pumpkin Wreath. This is quite an old one. So I really want to get that one used because I've had this for a number of years. I know that this won't be as strong as it used to be, but I still want to use that up. I have one of the caramel apples left. There was two in this little sample bag. I've got one left, so I want to use that one. I have one left of the pumpkin blossom and clementine honey. I had two in there. It's just a cute little star, so I want to get that one used up as well. And it's perfect because it's little. It'll fit in my mini melt warmer. I also have pumpkin head. I think this one was out of the Halloween Advent box. I cannot remember for the life of me right now, but I'm pretty sure that's where this one come from. And these are all pumpkin parcel, by the way. I also have cranberry orange muffins. I think this one come out of the Christmas Advent one actually, but I feel like cranberry orange muffins still work perfectly fine for autumn, so I picked that one. I have country pancakes. I'm pretty sure this one was also from the Christmas Advent, but I thought this would be perfect for autumn as well. Then I have toasty. This one is, I cannot remember what the scent notes are for this right now, but this one has a very kind of like warm sort of note to it. So I thought that it would be a good, excuse me, I'm yawning. Oh, good one to melt. And then also this one, which is the warm vanilla nutmeg. So that is what I have in the basket for the bedroom for the next sort of like weekish. So that's what I want to melt. I do have melts from other companies as well, but they are in my big basket for autumn warming. So this is what I've just picked out that I think will work well in the bedroom. So that's what I've got and I'm pretty happy. And like I said, I'm melting this one right now. I had 2 squares left of this. I just put 1 square in my mini warmer and it smells divine. It smells so warm and cozy and pumpkin-y and bakery, and I love it. So hopefully I can get that one used up. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. And then I kind of wanted to show you the progress I've got on my cross stitch. I bought an embroidery hoop from Kmart yesterday. They have a 3-pack of embroidery hoops for $4.50. Sorry if you could hear that noise, that was just my fingers cracking. They're not like anything special, as you can see. Like the hoop has a bit of a like I don't know, distortion or whatever you want to call it here, but that's fine. Like, I didn't expect them to be like the greatest quality, but I just needed some hoops to help me with doing my cross stitch, because I've been holding the fabric with my hand, obviously, but because I'm like holding it like this all the time, my fingers were starting to cramp a lot, so I wanted to get a hoop to give me something a little bit easier to hold. And I'm doing this on even weave fabric, and I'm doing it on a smaller scale than the pattern calls for. This is a Tyrannosaurus Rex one, and this is what I've got up to so far. So the pattern, when you purchase it, it is you have to obviously print it out yourself, and it prints out in 4 different quads. So you've got like, you know, quad 1, quad 2, quad 3, quad 4, or something like that. But yeah, so that is just how that works out. And I finished quad 1 last night, so this is all of quad 1, and I'm going to be moving on to quad 2 today. But I just really love how this is turning out. So you can kind of see this is the nose part of the T-Rex and his little teeth there, and then you've got like the leaves all there, and then this part is like his back, and then it leads down into his like tail there, and I'm guessing this will be like a leg. But I'm really excited to see what this is going to turn out like, because like I said, I'm doing this on a smaller scale than the previous one that I did, which was a Stegosaurus. So yeah, really excited to see how this is coming out. I am really enjoying working on this. And then some updates. I have finished reading Titan by Gillian Graves. I really enjoyed that book. I gave it 5 stars, but I won't go into it right now because I'm going to do a sit down and talk about the videos. I'm going to do a sit down and talk about the books. But I want to talk about this one. So Twilight, I am currently rereading, and I'm annotating as I read. I am currently on page what do you call it? 334. So I'm almost finished. I've got this much to go. Well, actually, really not that much, because part of that is actually like, yeah. So all of this is actually acknowledgements and part of Midnight Sun. So I've only got that much left to go. I'm actually really enjoying rereading this and annotating. And I have not read the Twilight books for at least 12 years, possibly even longer. And I've kind of like, because I watch the Twilight movies every year around like October, I'm just so used to the movies, and so in my mind, I guess the movies have just replaced like everything. And so with reading this again, I've actually noticed so many things that I've just forgotten that also don't appear in the movie. And I don't know, I've just been really enjoying rereading it and like rediscovering like all of those things. And I have loved reading this. I'm taking it a little bit slower to read because it is a bit more of a denser book, and I do take a little bit longer to read dense books. And it's also something I've read before, so like it's not something I feel like I have to rush the reading or anything for, or I have to read really fast. I'm just taking it as I go because I am annotating this one. So really enjoying that. I am currently up to the part where they had just been playing baseball when LeBron James and Victoria, turn up in the baseball field or whatever. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. So really enjoying reading this. And like I said, I've only got, about yay much left. So I'm hoping to finish that today sometime, probably tonight. I'm going to read some more of this before I continue on with this. And then I have started another audiobook. Oh, and I cannot for the life of me think of what it's called right now. Oh, shoot, I can't think of what it's called. I'll put a picture of it on the screen so that when I edit this, so that you can see what it's called. But anyway, it is a cozy mystery. I love cozy mysteries, and it's March, so I want to read like a lot of cozy mysteries because I'm doing a cozy mystery March like madness reading thing. Not, I'm not doing it with anyone. I'm just doing it for myself. So I'm really excited for that. And our main character, Alexandra, Alex, I think she just goes by Alex for short. I think it's Alexandra. But Alex, she lived in New York, and her father passed away. Her mother died when she was a lot younger, and her father raised her. And her father passed away, and she decides, after all these years of her father trying to keep her away from her mother's side of the family, that she's, now that he's passed away, that she's going to go visit them. And when she gets there, she finds out that her aunt and one of her cousins, she has two cousins, but her aunt and one of her cousins run a apothecary store called Botanica, and they are Polish descendants. They're like descendants immigrated from like Warsaw, I think it was. And it turns out that they're actually witches, but she didn't know that because her mother died so young. Her father kept that from her, so she's just finding out now as an adult that she is a witch, and so is her mother's side of the family. And right at the beginning of the book, like, this is not giving anything away, but a man comes into Botanica, and her aunt Lydia gets really mad at this man, and she basically like picks him up off the ground, and the whole store starts to like shake and everything, and she gets mad at him, and she's like, you know, you're not supposed to come in here, you know, get out of my store, I've told you never to come in here. And so she gets like really mad, and she does this in front of like customers, and then like he leaves, and then like a few days later police come in to arrest Lydia for murder because they believe that Lydia murdered this man with tea from her store. And so that's kind of where I'm up to. I haven't read like or listened to a lot of it because I'm only just kind of starting with that. But that's, I've also started that book as well, and I'm actually really enjoying it because I haven't read a cozy mystery in a while, and I love cozy mysteries. So there's that. But I'm going to start reading and annotating more of this before I move on to this, because I just want to have a cozy autumn day, even though it's so hot outside still. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So I will chat to you guys a little later. Bye! Hey guys, so it is actually, let me check, the 3rd of March. It's actually 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Nate it's just gone down for a nap for 20 minutes, and I thought I would take this opportunity to show you a couple of things that I got, and also talk to you about the books that I've read. So yesterday we actually went to an antique store and picked up an antique captain's chair to go with Nate's writing bureau, and while we were there, Nate purchased me this really super cute plate. It is a vintage plate, and it is a Royal Doulton Bunnykins plate, and this is what it looks like. It's super cute, and it does have a few minor scratches on it because the plate is 35 years old. It's actually a year older than I am, and I love it. It's actually in really, really good condition. I think it's such a beautiful plate, and like all the bunnies and everything on it is going to look so cute with my Easter decorations. And I do have a plate stand that I can like sit it in just like that when I do decorate for Easter. But I'm so happy that Nate got this for me. I love it. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and it goes really well. You probably can't see it, but I do have just over here a hedgehog plate that I have sitting on a plate stand as well. So it's going to go really, really well with that. And then I got that yesterday actually. And then today we went to Bed Bath and Table, and I picked up one thing from there. Let me get it out. Okay, let me just create space. Okay, so I got just one thing from Bed Bath and Table, and this was not there when I was at Bed Bath and Table last week, because if it had have been, I would have got it then, but they have only recently put it out. And they had 3 different colours to choose from. I could have got all 3, but I chose just to get one. And it is actually a beautiful little bowl, and it is a daisy bowl, and it goes with the daisy collection. So last week I bought the daisy measuring spoons and then the daisy measuring cups, and then I saw this little bowl and I just fell in love with it. It's really pretty. There was this blue one, a yellow one, and a pink one, and I just thought the blue one was really nice, so I grabbed it. It was $12.99, but they had the 25% off for rewards members still going, so I got 25% off it, so I only paid $9.74 for it. And what I actually purchased this for was for knitting. So when I'm sitting at my desk knitting, I can put my ball of yarn in here and it won't go anywhere. So I got that. I love this. I think this is really super cute. This is going to be perfect for Easter, spring, and summer actually. So I can get quite a lot of use out of that one. And then I also went to TK Maxx today as well, and I just picked up one thing. There was a lot of things there that I did really want, but I'm trying to be a little bit more selective with the things I buy, because I do live in only a 2-bedroom townhouse and there is not a lot of space in this house. But I picked up this mug, and if you don't know, I am a huge mug collector, specifically Rae Dunn mugs. They're my favorite, but I love any type of like seasonal or novelty type of mug. And I found this one. I didn't need any more Easter mugs because I actually have quite a lot of Rae Dunn Easter mugs, but I found this one and I fell in love with it. It was so cute, and it just says "Have a Hoppy Easter," and it's green on the inside, green handle, but it has carrots all the way around the bottom of the mug. I love it. And then obviously the front says "Have a Hoppy Easter." And I don't know if anyone else notices this, but I do. The mugs are always made, like Rae Dunn mugs that are always made left-handed. Specifically if they only have, I'm just trying to take the price tag off it. Specifically if they only have the like written message on the front of the mug, they're always left-handed mugs. They're never right-handed mugs or universal, like, you know, they're only ever like left-handed, which I find super interesting. But I love this. It does say on the bottom that it is dishwasher safe. However, and I do put my other Rae Dunn items in the dishwasher as well. However, this particular one though, I will not be, because the carrots, sorry, I've got like this price tag stuck to me. The carrots are actually not glazed on like Rae Dunn normally do. They're actually a print on the actual mug, and I don't know how well that's going to fare in the dishwasher. Like, it does say dishwasher safe on the bottom, and I'm assuming they've put a glaze over the top of the carrots, but I just don't want to run that risk of like the carrots being ruined in the dishwasher. But I love this. I think it's so cute. Cannot wait to use my new mug. So those are the 3 things that I have recently purchased. Let's talk about the books that I finished. So I did finish at the beginning of the week Titan by Gillian Graves. It is the first book in the Romancing His Stone series. Now, this series is, so far there's only 2 books in the series. I don't know if there's going to be any more. The second book, though, I believe has not been released yet. This book series is also quite a spicy book, so this may not be for everyone. And it's also a monster romance story as well. So Titan is a gargoyle, and he falls in love with a human woman. There is a lot of sex in this. What do you call it? Book, like a lot of sex in this. Also, it is, they call it, the author calls it a daddy dom romance. So he is the like the dominator of the relationship, and I know some people do have issues with the whole calling your romantic partner daddy. So if you don't like that, then this is not going to be the book for you, because Juliana, our female main character, does call Titan, our main male character, who is a gargoyle, daddy. So just giving you the heads up for that. So essentially, I did give this book 5 stars. I did have some issues with it, but I decided the issues weren't bad enough for me to not give it a 5-star. Also, I'm not a harsh rater. If I like a book, then I like a book and it's 5 stars. There's just all there is to it. So just a quick sort of background for this, because I don't want to give anything away either. Gargoyles were originally created about 700 years ago by a coven of witches to create what they call a relic room. Now, a relic room is a magical treasure room, basically, for all of the supernatural creatures, whether that be gargoyles, witches, werewolves, vampires, whatever have you. They keep their precious relics in this room, and then there was 20 gargoyles that were created to protect the relic room. However, some of the gargoyles decide that they don't want to protect the relic room anymore, and they attack the other loyal gargoyles, and the relic room ends up disappearing for hundreds of years. Now fast forward to like now in the time scheme of things, gargoyles feel what they call a pull, which is like a physical sensation inside their body that tells them when they're near a relic room, or what they call a keystone. Now the keystone is a rock that is the key to get into the relic room. And they've been trying to hunt this keystone and the relic room down for hundreds of years. And they finally feel the pull, and they know that they're getting closer. And then the process of them kind of scoping out where this keystone will be, Titan ends up meeting Juliana. And Juliana is actually a sugar baby. And so he decides to create a sugar daddy profile and contact her and set up a meeting so he can get the information that he wants from her, because prior to her meeting him, she was on a date with another sugar daddy that just so happened to purchase the keystone. So we go from there. Now, Juliana is basically a I guess you could say retired actress. I don't know if retired is necessarily the right term for what happened to her. So she used to be a child actress into her early 20s, I believe. And then she quit acting because her mother and her manager actually stole all of her money, and for the past 10 years she has been going through a pretty severe legal battle to try and get all of her money back from her mother and her manager. Now, in the process of doing that, she decided to become a sugar baby to try and help fund her bills and lifestyle, and to pay for her lawyer and rent and all that sort of stuff. Now, in this process, Juliana and Titan agree to a sugar baby, sugar daddy contract, whatever you want to call it, and then she is to help him find the keystone. She manages to obviously find out that he is a gargoyle, and it goes from there. Now, I don't want to say too much because then I'm going to give away what happens. One thing I will say is Juliana definitely has some trust issues, and she rightfully so, because of what her mother and her manager did to her. However, she also has what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but she just flat out refuses to accept help from anyone, nobody, even when she actually does need it. And Titan, being the fact that he's 700 years old and he's I don't know, multi-billionaire or whatever he is, he's mega rich and will never run out of money, and is more than willing to help her with her legal issues and everything like that, she just flat out refuses. Even to the point when this, I'm just going to say something now that could potentially be a spoiler, so if you don't want to know, then click out. But even to the point where she finds out that her mother and her manager are trying to put her into a conservatorship so they can keep all her money and then force her to work to make more money for them, and then she get nothing, because they're trying to say that she's mentally unstable when she's not. And they had so much evidence on her that would make her look bad, even though she's completely fine, that it would have actually went in their direction instead of hers, and Titan could have helped her with it. And she just, in my opinion, was just so wasted pride. She was I can't even accept the win because I didn't do this. You did this for me. I didn't do it. And she was so mad at him for helping her. And I get it. She doesn't want to rely on anyone, and she wanted to prove to everyone in the world that she could do it herself. But the fact of the matter is she couldn't. She couldn't do it herself. She didn't have the legal know-how to protect herself. She didn't even know that her mother and her ex-manager was spying on her. She had no idea. She was just so naive at this. And it just kind of infuriated me a little bit that she was so mad at Titan when Titan actually helped her to win her court case, because she didn't get to achieve it on her own. So therefore, in her eyes, it wasn't a win. And I was you're an idiot. You were so stupid. You literally were willing to have yourself locked into a conservatorship just to prove a damn point. What's wrong with you? But apart from that small fact, I really enjoyed the romance of the book. Juliana learnt that it's okay to love another person and to trust another person, and Titan learnt that the relic room wasn't his only thing that meant something to him, that actually Juliana meant something to him, and he fell in love with her, and he wanted to be with her for the rest of his life. And he wanted to provide for her, because he didn't, he knew what happened in her past, and he didn't want her to ever be in a situation where she was without anything ever again. And I know not everyone's gonna like that, because heaven forbid that a man wants to provide for a woman. We're not getting into that argument. It is okay for a man to provide for a woman if that's what they want. If you as a woman or if you as a man don't want to do that, then don't do that. But if you do want to do that, then that's okay too. People need to excuse my language here, but calm the fuck down with this woke crap, because
I'm independent myself. I pay for all my bills, like all my own share of my bills. I support myself, even though I do have a fiance and I've been with him for almost 18 years. We live together. He pays for all of his stuff. I pay for all of mine. Like, I am independent. However, I have no problem with my partner who loves me wanting to help me when I need help or look after me when I need looking after or whatever. It doesn't make me any less of like a woman, or it doesn't make me any less independent. It just means that I have somebody that actually cares for me and cares what happens to me. And if I can't provide something for myself and they can, it's okay, like, you know? And that's what like annoys me about a lot of these things, like that we've taken something so simple and turned it into something so stupid. But there's my rant for that. So yeah, so I finished that one. I really enjoyed it. I am looking forward to the second book, which will be based on Rook. Rook is one of Titan's gargoyle brothers. He has 3. There is Rook. Oh, I can't even remember the other names. I'm terrible with names, so I do apologize. I do suffer from memory loss due to some of my health conditions I have, so names are one of the things I forget pretty frequently. For me to actually remember somebody's name, it has to be something that's either very catchy or something that I use constantly to commit it to my memory. If it's not something I use constantly or something that's not catchy, I just don't remember it. I remember faces, no problem, just names are just not my thing. And I'm sorry if you can see like red all over my arm. I got bitten by something and it's so itchy and red and I got a huge lump on my arm. But yeah, so that's that book. And then I finished yesterday Twilight. So I don't even know how many times now I've reread this book. I've read it a lot. This particular copy is pretty well loved and read, but I finished this yesterday. I loved it. I enjoy Twilight. I know not everyone does, but I do. I really like the books and the movies. There was a lot actually in this book that I forgot about because I haven't read Twilight since I was about 20 or 21. And I'm 34, so I forgot a lot of the things. Also, I rewatch the movies all the time, and the movies obviously cut like a lot out from like the books to promote the movie. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm so glad I decided to reread the Twilight series. So super excited for that. So I finished that yesterday. So that is kind of my update for what I have been up to. I haven't got anything else on the go at the moment. I will have to pick a new book, so I will update you a little later on that. But I just wanted to show you my new cute Eastery things and then update you on the 2 books that I have finished reading. So yes. But anyway guys, I'm going to chat to you later. I just heard the alarm go off for Nate to get up from his nap, so he'll be up in a second. And it's hot as hell. Like, it's the 3rd day of autumn and it was 31 degrees at like 8:30 this morning. 31 degrees Celsius. That's really hot. So I'm thirsty. Like, I literally feel just so dehydrated all the time, even though I drink a lot of water, because it's just so hot and humid and gross. It was raining earlier, but it only lasted for about 10 minutes and then it stopped and then the heat kicked right back in. So yeah. So anyway guys, I'm going to chat to you later. I just wanted to quickly show you my super cute little Easter items. And update you on the books that I have been reading. So anyway guys, I will chat to you guys later. Bye!
Hey guys, I just wanted to quickly update you on what I'm doing. It is currently at 6:30 at night, and we have a thunderstorm happening. It's raining, there's lightning, there's thunder. It's like, oh, I love it. It's like my favorite weather. I am not a sunny weather person. I hate the sun. Give me a cold, rainy day any day, and I am happy. The only problem is it's not friggin' cold. Even though we're in autumn, it's like, uh, it was like 34 degrees earlier in the day. It's about 29 now, which is friggin' hot because we're in autumn. But I wanted to show you what I've been up to. So I'm currently reading this. This is Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match by Sally Thorne. I am loving this book, you guys. This book is so great. Um, this is where I'm up to. You can see I'm almost finished, so I should be able to finish this book tonight. And I have been annotating in here as well, not on every page, but I have made some annotations in this book. Not a lot though, just a few like things here and there. But I love this. So if you're not sure what this one is about, it is about Angelica Frankenstein, which is this girl here, and her brother Victor Frankenstein. And Victor is the one that makes the monster. And while Victor is trying to one up one of his rivals in reanimating a dead body, Angelica is kind of like his assistant, and she learns how to do like all the things as well. And she decides that she wants to make her perfect man. So she does. And when he awakens, it doesn't go quite to plan because, well, he doesn't remember who he is. He has this strong need to figure out who he is, and he doesn't want to basically just like commit to Angelica like the way she wanted to. But I find it really funny. Like, there are some parts where I'm just like, it was a little bit annoying between like Angelica and the guy. This is the guy that she makes, which in the book they call um, Will Black, I think it is, because they don't actually know his name, like, you know, what his name was before this person dies. Um, but it's actually really funny. Angelica is great. She's sassy. She doesn't care what men think of her. She just does what she wants to do, which I feel is great for that time period because women were treated terribly in this time period. But Angelica is just, you know, amazing. She just has so much sass and like anger and just like her opinions and everything. I just love it. I really love it. There's not much else I can say just yet because I want to finish the book before I really talk on this book here. But so far, I am loving it. This is also the very first book I am reading from Sally Thorne. I know she did The Hating Game and a couple other books, but to be honest with you, I'm not interested in those books. Also, this, in my opinion, ruins the book cover because that's not a damn sticker. Like, this is ridiculous. This is a beautiful cover, and then you go and ruin it with that. I don't want that on my book. Like, what the hell? Publishing companies, stop pulling this shit. I don't know how many times we need to tell you guys, but you still do it. Clearly, they don't listen. But anyway, really, really enjoying that. And then I've been working on my cross stitch. This is my T-Rex cross stitch. I'm almost done. I'm literally just doing um, the end of the leaves here, this leaf here, and then I'm going to do another leaf in here, like another one of these leaves, but just down here, and then this is done. I'm so happy with how this looks. I love it. And then I can start my third cross stitch, which is also another dinosaur. It's a velociraptor. And then this is from a Etsy store called Happy Little Mouse. I bought the 3-pack of cross stitch patterns. It was 3 lots of dinosaurs. There was a Stegosaurus, a T-Rex, and a Velociraptor. But I noticed that the Happy Little Mouse store has released another one that has a long neck. I say long neck because there is 2 types of long necks. There's a Diplodocus and a Brachiosaurus, and I'm not entirely sure which one it is in the pattern. So it's a long neck, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned, but I love dinosaurs. And the long neck dinosaurs, so the Diplodocus and the Brachiosaurus, are my favorite. That also T-Rex because my fiance and I always joke that I'm a T-Rex because I have short little arms and I can't reach anything. So, it's just kind of like, I don't know, I love dinosaurs. I really do. So I really love how this is turning out. This is going to be finished hopefully tonight. I don't have a lot to do. Like I said, this is what I'm working on here. So I just have to finish the end, finish this, and then do this. And then it's done, like literally done. And then I can switch to, let me see if I have it here. This one is the next one, the Velociraptor that I want to work on. I'm excited, you guys. So anyway, that is what I'm doing. I just kind of wanted to update you on everything because I don't think I've updated on this in a little bit, but yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you to it because I am filming on my phone and there's only about 15% battery life left and I need to charge it so I can use it. So yeah, so I'm going to work on this. I'm going to read some of this. I'm going to work on some of this, and then I'm going to watch at 7:30 start Hometown. Hometown is my favorite like home renovation show from America. I love Ben and Erin. They are the best, and there is a 2 episodes on tonight, so one at 7:30 and then one at 8:30. So I'm going to be watching that because it's my favorite. So yes. So anyway, guys, I'm going to chat to you all later. Bye.